case you were wondering, yes, we are still rooting for the Chiefs. It has not been canceled. Even though things are ugly this year, we're real fans and we're gonna just push through the ugly. Speaking of the ugly football season. Anyways, does anybody else do like the kind of basic tree? I am always mesmerized by the gorgeous, like big, huge trees, but I will just forever be like a nostalgia tree girly with all of our like baby stuff. We also have a sports tree over here that's literally just all of our sports ones, but this is totally our vibe. How's it going, you guys? Happy Sunday. So I realize this is going to be a little bit shadowy, but it is like 56 degrees in December, and I kind of feel like you're crazy if you don't take advantage of like nice weather in the winter. So really wanted to come outside and get some vitamin D. And also I've been sick. Okay, so real quick side note, if anybody else has had this weird headache, sinus, I don't even know what you call it, like got it at the beginning. So it's almost Christmas. Okay, we're like 5 days out from Christmas. Got this at the beginning of November, missed Thanksgiving. So insane. And every single time that like I think I'm over it, it comes back. I've been to the doctor twice. I'm actually going tomorrow again because at this point I'm thinking maybe it's just like a really stubborn sinus infection. Already did 1 round of antibiotics. I test negative for everything, but I just want to like confirm, is it bacterial, viral, whatever. But anyways, just about the time that I'll think that I'm over it, it comes back with a vengeance. It has been absolutely crazy. We're also having our vents looked at inside of our house tomorrow because I kind of have a feeling that we've got some dust, maybe some mold that's keeping me sick. We're all still pretty gunky, but for whatever reason, I just have it the worst. So I have been kind of down and out with this sickness and I just needed to get outside. But I wanted to have a coffee chat because there will be some changes in my business in 2026 and how I show up really online that I just kind of wanted to chat through, especially because I feel like so many women who follow me, well, I know so many women who follow me can relate to this. I've been talking about this for definitely the last year, but even like the last 2 years about just my relationship to social media. And if you haven't been around since the very beginning, I have been a content creator on social media for almost a decade. Like that's insanity. I have been sharing my personal life. I've always been very personal brand, showing my kids, showing everything. I mean, you guys that have been with me from the beginning have literally seen me through so many stages of my life, when the boys were babies, a divorce, meeting Dave, right? Marrying my husband now, and just so many things. And I have absolutely loved. It has been my favorite part of my job, creating content. It just comes naturally for me. It's not something that I have to think about or like try for. Like it's just something that really truly has always come so naturally. I've never had bad feelings about creating content or anything like that. What I did start to notice about 2 years ago was just my own relationship to consuming content. And at the time that I started to notice this, I had women inside of my coaching program saying the exact same thing, and it started to become a topic of conversation, right? And it's really taken off in the last year. Doom scrolling, brain rot, what is this doing to our mental health, right? So at the beginning of this year, end of last year, beginning of this year, I really started talking about this a lot more because I haven't given my boys who are 10 and 12 phones, and we're really conscious of their like scroll time on their iPads. They don't get them all the time. It's more like a treat. And, and having this conversation with a lot of people and them about why they don't get to do this, it really highlighted for me my own habits, my own behaviors when it comes to this. So I really just wanted to talk about, because of how that has built up, the change that I am making in my business, which is primarily online. It's completely online. I don't have a storefront. I've always been an online business, literally from day one, and just what it's going to look like for my brand and anybody who likes to follow me, get content from me, learn from me, what you can expect in 26. Okay, by the way, the boys are getting ready to get home from a trip with my mom, so they're gonna barrel through here at any minute. But that's real life, and that's kind of what I'm all about, actually, going forward into 2026. So first things first, there's Ben. Hi, Bob. Yeah, Miami. Yeah. Oh, it was
Oh
good.
my God, that was great.
It was a good one.
That
At
was
the
a
bowling
great-
alley room, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like, just stop.
Yeah.
Even though we were on time.
It was a good one. Do you have everything out of the car?
Get all.
Can you double, triple, quadruple check? Okay, so first things first, I want to talk about social media because I feel like with all of this conversation around social media, doom scrolling, brain rot, all of this, that it makes it sound like I don't like social media. And actually, the opposite is true. I actually really enjoy social media. Just realizing that too much of anything is a bad thing, right? And I think that it's just really easy to let social media consume you, to let yourself get into scrolling too much and all of that. And ultimately for me as a creator and somebody who does put out social media content, I think the biggest thing is sometimes it can just feel very surface level, and it can feel like what I've heard so many women complain about. I follow you, but I don't even see your content. And I mean, that's just kind of the way it is now, right? It's like there's so many more sponsored posts and suggested posts that you don't even really see the people that you follow. And so I think for me, the biggest thing is that I have genuinely enjoyed pouring more energy into longer form content that I know I can guarantee the women who want to learn from me, get value from me, will actually see. And it's just such a gamble on social media. I used to spend literal like hours on stories every single day. That's how I built my platform, sharing my life, very daily vlog. Here's how I do this. Here's a tutorial for you. And so that was really like the main way that I created content. But now people don't even like see stories anymore. So it just kind of feels like a waste. And I would rather take that same energy, package it, and put it into a place where you walk away feeling like you actually understand what to do. You're not just on to the next thing and now you've consumed more content, you've forgotten what you even saw. I like the idea of really being able to pour my energy and channel into long form content. So social media is not going anywhere. It is somewhere that I will always be present, but it definitely won't be the same. Already this year, I feel like I kind of took a step back with some of this. So I will just be pretty much continuing to be less and less on social media. Content will still be there, but it's the other 3 places that you'll be able to really get value from me that I want to talk about. So that brings me to number 2, which is my podcast. So I actually just got the stats on the podcast for the year, and the growth that we saw, like 700%, is insane. And I have always felt like this is probably my favorite platform just because I'm somebody who is very auditory. I like to listen. I like to learn in that way. I like that I can kind of multitask, listen while I'm walking, folding laundry, driving, whatever it is. And I always feel like I end a podcast episode and I'm like, ooh, so many downloads, so many takeaways. I can actually really take this and apply it versus with social media. Again, it's just very easily forgotten. So with that, I will be pouring even more energy this year into the podcast. In fact, I just recently sat down and did all of my 26 planning, and I'm actually using campaigns this year. So very specific topics that I have planned out for the entire year to bring you series and episodes that are really all tied together. We also are interviewing our clients, past and present. So doing a Where Are They Now series, showing the women who've done my program, who lost the weight, have kept it off, are maintaining, living their goal body life, as well as women who are still on their journey, so that you can get that inspiration from somebody who's still in the messy middle. And so lots of things to come for the podcast, but this will probably be the number 1 platform that I feel like you can really get that long-standing content from me. Okay, the third thing, and this kind of ties into it, is my private insider email community. Anyone can join this community. We've got so many women, thousands of women inside of the email community. But one thing that I've never been super consistent with is putting out consistent content. I'm really good about when we are doing like a campaign or something specific, dropping that information, sending, the summary of the podcast, things like that. But I'm taking more of a strategic approach with these campaigns that we're going to do on the podcast and tying that into my weekly newsletter inside of the email list. Now, this is one of my favorite places because I'm somebody who also likes to read. And I know a lot of my ladies, maybe you're not somebody who likes to listen, but you are somebody who likes to read. And also, you don't always have time to listen to the podcast. So this is more of a short form way to be able to get that content. But again, you're not relying on the algorithm to show you and remind you of like what's going on, what my podcast episode is. So I'm going to be using this to drop in my weekly newsletter to talk about what was on the podcast, give a little snippet of that, as well as share resources and share more like in-depth kind of content and information where I can really give you some strategy and really help you. And again, the fact that you can download resources, I can share PDFs and things like that really excites me. Okay, the fourth and final thing, you might be able to guess, is YouTube. And I'm actually not going to get super into this right now because we're still strategizing about this. But YouTube is something I've just dabbled in for so many years now, but never been consistent with. And partly that was because I had a camera, a big camera that I would use, and just the carrying it around, the like editing process, like all of it, just as much as I like dreamed of actually doing YouTube consistently, because I love this form of media. I love the like long-standing like bestie energy of like putting it on the side. Like I'm somebody who, my YouTube like creators that I follow, I am like obsessed. Like I will not miss an episode of their show or their channel. And so for me, like I've always wanted to do it, but I've just like not ever been able to be consistent. And so I'm really excited because I've invested a lot of time and energy in figuring this out into new gear, editing, all of this that's going to allow me to be really consistent, but also just do things a bit different. I have so many plans for my YouTube channel that aren't really things that I actually see on YouTube. I see kind of a gap with some of this, especially as a mid-30s mom, and just showing how I am able to do the things that I do to maintain my weight loss and honestly do it with a really busy, hectic schedule. And I'm really excited to actually share more of that sort of like embodiment day in my life. Here's how I juggle all of these things that I know you're juggling too, and still prioritize my health, my fitness, my nutrition, my mindset, my me time, and still be the best mom, wife, business owner, all the things, and travel and all of it. So lots to come when it comes to this topic. I will also still be putting the podcast on here, and also some, really good takeaway videos, very strategic, how to do this, how you can implement it. And again, something I love about YouTube is just that you're able to end a video and be like, okay, I know what to do. I feel like I really got something from that. I feel like I was either really inspired to go and do things this way or try it this way, or I know exactly what to do. I can follow the strategy that Hillary just laid out for me. So my entire goal for 26 is to step away from spaces that aren't giving the value, and energetically the exchange just really isn't there, and instead pour into spaces where I know that I can show up and give you incredible value so that you can get out of your brain rot era as well, so that you can finally implement this stuff and feel like you can get your hottest, fittest goal body as well. So I'm really excited for what's to come, and be on the lookout for some more videos.